Play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bombs going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bombs Tastingo gonna find Rainer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another stream at twitch.tv/murderrg, joined by my friend, becoming a good friend now, Stoic. How's it going tonight?
It's going great. I'm happy to be here tonight.
So two veteran teams playing Division A East this season. It's Heroes of the United States versus Beast Coast. And I think I had these standings up. I want to make sure they're accurate. I'm going to hit a refresh really quick. There we go. Entering tonight's matchup, Heroes of the United States in 10th place with 4 points in the standings, and Beast Coast, a little bit better than them, 7 points in the standings. They're in 4th place, but this Division A East, it's pretty tight. There's been some big upsets this week, and it's starting to look like anyone's game.
Yeah, with as many matches as are left in the season, you could see any team make the playoffs. Sky 5 probably will, but the rest of these teams still have a shot at making it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I got to watch Gilly Shark. They played against Regen Phoenix the other night. You know, they took the third game, but they made it to game 3. It was a really nice set. And then, of course, Regen Phoenix, they knocked off Insomnia, who was previously sitting in first place in this division. So, like I said, a lot of things have been shifting around recently. And tonight's matchup could be make or break for a team like Beast Coast, who want to make that separation from the pack. If they're able to pick up 3 points tonight against Hodis, they're tied right at the top with Sky 5. So, a lot on the line this evening, Stoic, and I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. Beast Coast only having 3 matches played this season. Heroes of the United States the same. Both of these have lots of room to move still. Also
Absolutely.
Interesting here, this is last time these two teams played was in the Season 7 playoffs, where Beast Coast won.
Ooh.
But Heroes of the Storm beat them, Heroes of the United States, beat them in the Season 7 regular season. So there's a little bit of a rivalry here.
Yeah, they've definitely faced off before. I think that must have been Division B at the time. I don't think it was Division A. It might have been a Division B back then, but now playing up a division, a little more on the line, a little more skill now. These teams have been playing together for a while. A lot of these players have been in NGS for quite some time. But we're already loading into our first draft of the day. It's going to be Sky Temple, and let me briefly go through our map bans this evening. It was Heroes of the United States winning the toss, opting for first pick here in map number 1. So Beast Coast banned away Infernal Shrines and Battlefield of Eternity. And on the other side, Hodis, they took away Braxis Holdout and Towers of Doom. As mentioned, this first map picked by Beast Coast, it is Sky Temple.
Wow, interesting first pick here. Sky Temple, the least played map in NGS by a large margin.
And I love the ban on Infernal Shrines from Beast Coast. It means, hey, we don't have to cast an Infernal Shrines map tonight. I love it.
Yeah, it's interesting. That is just the map to play, I guess, in NGS.
It is the map in NGS. Probably the same in Heroes Lounge too, although admittedly I don't watch too many of those matches. But such a popular map as we see our first ban coming in onto the bird, Falstead, taken away by Hodis.
Yeah, solid. Falstead really shines here on Sky Temple, I think. This is probably I'd say one of his best maps.
Yeah, I think I'd agree for Falstead being his best map. I mean, obviously you get that gust at level 10, and when there's that boss pit in the bottom lane, it's kind of open where you can just gust away the opponents far from the turn-in or the capture point. Whereas some of those other boss pits, when you try to gust away, you actually kind of push them into the boss pit and just barely off of the capture point. This Sky Temple map, though, I think the spot to shine on a Falstead player. You're absolutely right. Sylvanas is taken away by Beast Coast, and there's a ban onto Ana from Hodis.
Interesting. So far, pretty standard bans that you'd expect for the map. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Sylvanas just so strong on the push, and Ana just such excellent heals all across NGS divisions.
Yeah, still no ban onto that Abathur, and I think that's one of the heroes these teams are going to be contesting up against. See if it gets banned here. If not, yeah, it's going to be the Greymane. Let's look to see if Heroes of the United States have an Abathur player, or else they're going to leave it open for Beast Coast, and I'd imagine a quick snap from them. There's Mephisto for Zydron, though. Not what I was thinking.
Yeah. It looks like their Abathur player is not currently... Oh, just kidding. I was looking at the wrong team. There it is. There's the Abathur player. Bernie Byrne.
Bernie Byrne picking up the Abathur. And there's the Samuro for Mega Muffin. Gonna combo them together, and this is exactly what I was afraid was gonna happen and be picked by Beast Coast. A strong combo of heroes. And on a map like this, Abathur is gonna get a lot of value with that mule.
Definitely. And they played this combo, the Mega Muffin on the Samuro, Bernie Burn on Abathur against Regen Phoenix, and took the victory there. So we'll see if they can make the same outcome here.
ETC Rhaegar, the 2 picks before the final ban phase for Heroes of the United States. They got one of the strongest tanks right now. Stoic, we were just talking about this before we launched the stream for the night, about how good a couple tanks are in this meta, ETC and Johanna. Of course, we're going to see the ETC picked up first, but I think potential to see the Johanna banned out next by Hodis. We do have one coming up from Beast Coast. It's going to be Tychus taken away.
Yeah, I think definitely it's got to be a Johanna ban. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. If they've done their scouting, they could ban a Nubarak, which would be the same comp that they won on before with this, but I think Johanna makes a lot of sense to me. But they're making us wait.
Yeah, they're going to have 5 seconds to make this decision. They're going to run it all the way down. Could also think about taking out a support here. Arthas? Didn't see that coming, but something that can be pretty good with an Abathur hat on its head. Grant a little movement speed, really helps out a slow boy like Arthas. There's the Johanna pick, makes it through.
Yeah, I can't help but think that Legacy was hovering Johanna that whole time there. But maybe there was something that we didn't catch where Arthas would have made a good pick here. We'll have to see.
Thinking face. 2 picks left for Hodis. They're on the clock with 5 seconds left. Still needing some sort of offlaner. Some more, probably some auto attack damage to help out the Mephisto a bit. It's going to be Kira and Dahaka. So they do grab a global with the dinosaur. And Kira, that's a lot of sustained damage coming out for Blaze.
Let the Inquisition commence.
Yeah, a lot of sustained damage, as well as probably a Bloodlust comp that has some very scary CC behind it.
Final pick is the support. It's Whitemane for Beast Coast, which is going to send us now over to chat. I got to find out who you guys are here rooting for this evening. Is it going to be Hodis or is it going to be Beast Coast? So keep your eyes locked onto chat as I open up our Game 1 poll. Stoic, what are your thoughts?
You know, the Samuro Abathur is a deadly combo. I've seen Mega Muffin play Samuro before. It's scary, and I will not vote against Johanna. I got to give this to Beast Coast.
Yeah, I think Beast Coast being able to grab that Abathur and the Samuro with their 1-2 picks, like I saw it coming from a mile away. I don't think Hodis was even thinking about it. But hey, their comp's not horrible. I think the Mephisto's been in a good spot. ETC is great. Rhaegar and that Bloodlust could be something. We got to watch what happens here as game number 1 is ready to go. I'll introduce these players on the left-hand side. We got Clyde playing the Dahaka. Here's Zydron on Mephisto, Watson on ETC, Jub playing the support Rhaegar, and Blaze the captain on the astronaut Kira. Make some noise for the heroes of the United States of America.
In the red trunks, we have Samuro, played by Mega Muffin. Johanna by Legacy, Raynor played by Pie Maker, Whitemane played by Secret 333, and Abathur played by Bernie Burn for Beast Coast.
Beast Coast coming out in the red trunks tonight. They are the higher seed entering this matchup, but that could all change this evening if Hodis is able to walk away with a 2-0 victory. They would essentially leapfrog over Beast Coast, holding that tiebreaker. Game 1's going to be the Sky Temple map. Haven't seen too much of it this season. It was picked by Beast Coast. As the drag lands, Johanna in a lot of trouble, but so much healing from Whitemane as Legacy just fine.
Yeah, she got a nice Condemn Punish combo off. Not a lot of follow-up damage beyond that Raynor, especially in this early game. The Abathur Samuro will really look to come online post level 10, as Samuro's getting some free damage on this top wall, as well as capping a point because he's in 3 places at once.
Response in the bottom lane. Kira's going to be making these rotations. Blaze trying to quickly stack up fatal wounds, already at 18 stacks. But 200 are needed. It got that significant nerf very close to the release of Kira, where they said, hey, this talent's a little bit too good. So now having to get 200 makes it very difficult, especially if you're not able to get on top of heroes in the early portion of the game. So here comes Blaze trying to help out ETC on this enemy siege camp. Gonna whip around, finding, who is this, Playmaker on the Rainer, but they take out the ETC, and now Blaze may be in a tough spot himself. Can he make it out? And them gonna lock him back for a moment. And Kira will be able to escape.
Yeah, I think the damage definitely favors blue team in the early game, but stepping up to a Johanna like that on a point is where she wants to be.
So they moved off their siege camp, end up being able to go back to it, but look at their wall. Siege Giants already throwing some stones at it, so Jub gonna have to chomp down quickly along with Kira. Take care of those as we see Legacy holding this bush here. Gonna come on out, throw out the shield there onto Kira. Try to interrupt these Giants coming from the other direction now as Hodis gonna leave just the Kira here to help push him in.
Yeah, you know, structure damage here is so important between these laning phases because of the way that the objectives shoot their lasers. So important to get that early structure damage. Megamuffin just narrowly escaping there from that Dahaka in the top
Yeah,
lane.
that was a nice drag. And the towers were locked in, but then the quick clone pop or whatever it was kept the Samuro safe. Megamuffin hasn't fallen yet, giving them a slight lead. Actually, no, look at that. Otis going to regain the XP lead. It's back and forth. Still just the one kill in the game thus far during that siege camp. But it's a very close one.
Definitely. Damage on structures looks relatively even as well, all things considered. So pretty well matched going into this first objective phase, spawning in just right now.
Welcome in chat to Magic518, my good friend showing up, dropping those regen emos. Well, unfortunately, regen's not playing here tonight, Krista. We do have two fantastic veteran NGS teams playing, Heroes United States and Beast Coast. Definitely one that you can get excited for if you're a fan of NGS. First Temple phase active, and on both of them, top is going to be Johanna, and at mid it's Samuro having to deal with ETC and the Kira, but I think Megamuffin should be able to get out. We'll be trading that over to the blue side now as the top temple will remain in full control of Beast Coast.
Yep, neither team really committing to the full aggression or taking two as Dahaka and Abathur both in the bottom lane. Both teams opting to get some free damage. This red team though steps up, clears a wall, and the fountain looking to get some free damage here on this top fort.
Yeah, this is a smart move, smart veteran move. They see a bunch of heroes at mid right now, and they know this top lane's going to be wide open for at least a little bit. They're able to push through some minions. Now their minion's going to be approaching onto that fort. And that might end up being enough to finish it off if no one pays respects to that. And here comes the engage onto Johanna. Iron Skin should be enough to get him back, but now Kira able to whirlwind in. Playmaker looking just fine. And Kira now at 112 stacks. Definitely starting to pick it up.
Yeah, Kira definitely leading the damage for her team and for the lobby so far. We'll see if that continues to scale or if Mephisto will pass as he gets some more investment into that Lightning Nova.
Yeah, up on your screen right now, you can see our hero damage numbers thus far. And as Stoic just mentioned, Kira, 9,500 so far. On the opposite end, it's Rainer leading the way with 7,400 hero damage. But still early in the game and still no level 10 yet for Beast Coast. And that's exactly what they're waiting for because of this avatar. They're going to get access into that ultimate evolution. And with the help of the Samuro, definitely be looking for a lot of kills. There's a drag, but a good cleanse coming out from White Mane to keep Playmaker alive as Hodis looking to grab their second siege camp of the game down here in the bottom lane. Up in the top lane, Samuro going to be dealing with a bruiser camp in space.
Yeah, both teams looking really sharp on these camp timings, making sure that they're getting them off cooldown. We're seeing that really feed into the XP game here. Sky Temple. Except for that, notwithstanding that top fort, red structure is looking extremely healthy. But there is still no full structure advantage for either team. Going into this second objective phase, we'll see if that changes. As Samuro now bullying Dahaka a little bit. Forced to use his essence there in the top lane.
Yeah, and we did see the mule come out in the bottom as Dahaka lands another drag onto Megamuffin, almost falling. Clyde looking pretty good in the early portion of this game playing the dinosaur, but look at the full value mule. That thing is still on its feet, repairing that bottom lane fort wall almost back up to 100%. As our temple phase is active, it's Johanna walking on the point with the level 10 talents ready to go for Beast Coast.
Yeah, you know, Abathur get so much value from that mule as it just nullifies objective phases here. But red team looking like they're going to take this full objective. Mule not necessary as there. All three of their forts are pretty healthy.
Yeah, Dahaka's still staying top as well. Going to try to push in. Abathur's going to be in his face in just a moment. But here comes the engage now, down into this bottom lane. Dahaka going to brush stalk in right next to White Mane. Secret 333 going to get dragged and now taking some damage, pulled back into the team. Hero looking to get it started. There's the Ancestral Heal on the EPT, but Jump trying to escape solo. Gets a little bit of help from Mephisto with that Endurance of Hate locking in a couple of heroes, but look at Blaze on the point. I don't think he's got enough healing in the bank until a huge mosh pit hits 3 heroes. The silence lands on White Mane. She can't heal him up. Still spinning around is Kira. Can she get through this? Johanna as well. Might not matter because they already took out the support. Legacy solo. Blaze can't finish it though. A double kill for the heroes of the United States. They'll move on to the point and take the bonus shots.
That was a perfect mosh. Really nothing interrupted. Got its full value. Really set up for those excellent kills. Excellent looks there from Watson.
I didn't see too much of the clone. It was popped. Did you get a look at who got cloned in that fight?
I did not. I was too distracted by watching both teams get flanked at the same time.
Well, nonetheless, it did come out as the Mule is coming down to the bottom lane. That fort sitting at about 50% health. Big condemn, but Endurance of Hate quickly as now Kira trying to spin on in isn't able to slow down the Johanna because of that iron skin. And now Samuro pressing in with that Abathur hat. Has to be careful because that final strike from Kira can be so scary. But no kills in the fight. That's going to be it there, Stoic.
Yeah, the longer this fight goes on, red team's fort is getting more health, while blue team's fort is so close to falling here. Is Abathur getting great value out of the clone, as well as those little locust push. Abathur doing a great job making sure that they are soaking the lane that needs it. Now pushing out this middle lane.
Question in chat from ShreeRG. Who is the co-caster tonight? It is my good friend Stoic. He's joining me this evening for the 3rd time now. We've been starting to get a little thing going on here.
Yeah, I'm quite liking it.
Yeah, of course, he was doing so much casting an early portion of the season with El Taquito. But Taco's been having some internet issues since moving. The upload speed apparently is not quite strong enough at his new residence. So in the meantime, I'm offering my home to Stoic. He'll be joining me as much as possible. Hopefully you guys at home are enjoying it as well.
I am. Both bruiser camps being picked up by the blue team and the red team here. Really mirrored play. It's like these teams have played or scrimmed together because they're both playing this map very, very similarly here.
Double temple phase will be active in 3 seconds. Watson nearby the point does find Samuro. Dahaka nearby as well. But now Megamuffin moving around. They are pinging onto the clone, but ooh, the swap at the last second. You know, that Megamuffin be safe. Now standing onto this mid-map temple. Bottom lane also active, but no one's down there right now. Currently it's a 4v4 fighting over the mid-temple with Dahaka up in the top lane clearing out a bruiser camp. And Abathur getting ready to clone on in. Here they come with, who is that, an extra Johanna?
Rainer.
It's a Rainer. It's an extra Rainer. Blaze low. Can't get the Ancestral. Endurance of Hate coming in very late. Legacy should be able to back up, but now the Mosh Pit again. This one on the 3 heroes. Mephisto should be able to finish off Rainer. They do get it. Secret, the White Mane pops the her. Oh my god. No. Samuro is so strong. Picks off the Mephisto on the opposite side of the fight. Now Jump trying to escape. Will make it out, but what a turnaround after that mosh pit for Beast Coast.
Yeah, definitely those critical strikes coming in clutch there, helping to secure that kill. Abathur now in a little bit of trouble here as they'll clear up that boost camp.
And did you see Samuro baiting out that Ancestral Heal from Jub? That was a critical moment, just chasing in on Rhaegar as far as he wanted, all the way underneath that fort even. And Rhaegar had to pop the self-Ancestral, as now Samuro still chasing. Rhaegar, you gotta run away! You can't stay in here. Your team is not able to deal with Megamuffin and this Samuro. Look at the spins now just to get away. Endurance of Hate, locking in 3. Power Slide, can they finish off White Mane? Secret trying to pump all the heals in and won't be able to stay alive. Nice kill from Hodis, tying it up now 4 apiece. And the bottom temple is still active. In fact, all the shots still standing on that bottom temple, Stoic.
Yeah, wow. What a... 2 temples, though, or 2 forts do fall for Heroes of the United States. That was a long, almost 75-second team fight from these two teams here as Johanna engaged with Blessed Shield and then had it up again before that fight was even over.
Well, this might end up being 2 forts for HOTUS as well as they get through the bottom fort. Mid fort sitting at about 50% health, and now power sliding in onto the enemy siege camp, finding Johanna in a terrible spot. Rainer's pretty low as well. They do have that Durance, and it comes out, landing onto a target, standing on the point. Legacy about 20% health, trying to run away, getting a lot of help from Rainer's Hyperion in this spot. The big turnaround from Whitemane as well. She throws down that Divine Reckoning in a perfect location. Mephisto's gonna fall. Boss has been pulled, but I don't know if Beast Coast wants to stay on that boss. They want to keep chasing in on this fight. It's gonna be Samuro looking for anything he can find. Dark Swarm in his face. Can he finish off the Rhaegar? I don't think he'll be able to.
Wow, so much damage coming out of that Samuro. 39,000 hero damage. That Blade Storm just racking up so many ticks of damage there.
Well, they
Siege
are able
camps
to finish
traded.
off that bottom temple. It did get through that fort, but look at this, the final outer fort of HOTUS about to fall. A little bit of help from the siege camps, but a 4-hero push as well. This Samuro is getting around the map, and let's just take a quick peek at some of these siege numbers and XP. EPC, not like this. Able to power slide out. There is the Ancestral Heal as well. But now Blaze stuck by himself, gets help from Mephisto's Currents of Hate, still trying to run away. A reset for him. Megamuffin. Oh, Samuro might fall here. Samuro at about 5 health. Can they get the power slide? Not even. Megamuffin's still surviving. How is it possible, Samuro?
Yeah, Megamuffin really knowing well how to play his hero and the limits of... Oh my gosh. There's 2 more fall.
It's like not even fair how good this hero can be. He was dead, then he just kind of walks away, clones back in, then gets the help from the rest of the team. 49,000 hero damage right now for Megamuffin on the Monkey King. And pretty good from Abathur as well. 40k for the Slug. It's a strong duo still.
It's an incredibly strong duo. You know, both of these, Abathur and Samuro, both of these heroes that can be, but in the wrong hands, provide very little impact to a team, but when played correctly on that razor edge of being too far in and being just in the right spot, I mean, you're seeing it here as Megamuffin and Bernie Burn just do unreal damage and pressure onto the heroes of the United States.
This is where it's going to start getting rough for HOTUS. Double temple phase and a boss on the map. They're going to leave Clyde here, cleaning up the boss in the bottom lane as the other 4 heroes looking to engage on one of these temples. They're going to decide on mid. Watson walks on in, but it's just Megamuffin nearby. I don't know how much information they have about their opponents. They should be able to see the Rainer and Whitemane up in the top lane, so they gotta feel safer at least a little bit. But look at Megamuffin pressuring this back line. Mephisto having to run away, now getting help from Rhaegar. Trying to shade in and shade out. Samuro doing the same thing with his clones. Now spinning to win on top of Zydron. They get the finish, though. A little bit too flashy that time for Megamuffin.
Yeah. You know, but during all of that, that was 2 heroes, the Abathur Samuro, that took the attention of almost all 5 heroes of the United States. That's not a bad trade at the end of the day.
The Hawk is going to need some help, now getting reduced to size by Whitemane, and the tunneling claws out. But here comes ETC, power slide in. Mosh Pit not ready for another 8 seconds. I think it might have been interrupted there as the Ancestral connects. Big spin onto Rainer. Divine Reckoning keeping him alive for now. Oh my god, so much healing from Whitemane. How is this possible?
Bernie Burn, the clone will fall. Mephisto escaping with a sliver of health, minus that shield. But the red team was able to channel that entire temple here. Blue team had to leave the mid temple as a catapult has began to attack the core, and the top keep has fallen.
Yeah, bottom keep getting pretty scary as well with that catapult shooting on in at it. Mid temple will be fully secured, at least the rest of the shots, by HOTUS. But they currently find themselves down 1 level up against a highly potent damage combination of Abathur and Samuro here in the late game on Sky Temple. They need to step up right now, maybe think about invading this camp before level 20s click in. Watson's going to try to get there in time, but just a moment too late. Power slide in, does hit onto Samuro. Mosh Pit only onto 1. Oh, I don't even think it did hit 1. Johanna
Yeah,
able
no.
to walk away as the Haka comes in from the backside looking for the drag.
Looks like
Lands the
it's time for a
isolation and
shoutout.
the drag. Raynor pretty low, but White Mane just too good. Divine Reckoning a moment away for her as well. This is going to turn around heavily for Beast Coast in this spot. Watson desperately trying to run away. They are going to turn their sight onto Dahaka, and should be the end of Clyde here.
One penetrating round from Raider ends the life there. As Red Team looks to pass the siege camp, it looks like they're going for
So someone
this bottom
wants
keep
emotes
instead.
only? Okay. Someone just
Fine.
called in emote only chat, so I'm going to activate that as you guys watch the end of this game number 1. Big Ancestral can't hit the Rhaegar. Secret 333. Oh my god, this White Mane is nasty. Picking up another few kills. Watson's going to fall. Make it a mega kill. Should be GG's from here as Samura's ready to walk onto this core, killing off a few catapults. And that'll be game number 1, handed over to the 4th place team here in Division A East, Beast Coast.
Wow, what a game. You know, as I'm thinking about this, I'm trying to understand like how things happened. But I think what you saw there was the Samuro Abathur combo doing a ton of damage, but Whitemane with the clutch heals. I mean, her ult just giving her so much mana and the ability to heal so much. Very, very, very few kills coming out. A great denial, honestly, from Beast Coast to deny kills from here as the United States.
Yeah, this is the map where Hodis really had to win this early. You know, they played all right early, but we definitely can't consider it an early game win by any measure. They didn't hit level 10 first. They weren't getting those early temples, and they lost that early fight on an enemy siege camp, which really could have started to catapult them in that direction. But playing on that razor's edge, like you said, Samuro able to do whatever he wanted at times up against this back line. Well played in game number 1 by Beast Coast. We're going to be getting ready for a game number 2. There is a shout out in chat coming from El Taquito for Murda and Stoic. Hey, well, that's us. Appreciate the shout out, Taco. Glad you're here. Hopefully you're having a good time. We'll be back in about 2 minutes with our game number 2. Welcome back. As promised, we'd have a game number 2 for you. We're getting ready to load on into Volskaya Foundry. Stoic, this is the other map I see just a little bit too much of.
Yeah, you know, Volskaya, I like this map. I think it's a good map to choose. It's pretty equal. I mean, and by equal I mean that the The objectives are very structured. There's a script to play it. It allows you to focus on just one less thing in the macro sense. So I think it's a good map. I think it's a good map pick here.
So circling back to game one, pretty solid on both sides. I think on a few occasions, Hodis just an inch away from killing a few of those health bars. The power slides were all right with the mosh pit. There was a couple big ones, but they didn't end up getting all the kills they wanted. And I think a lot of that you can credit the Secret 333 playing that white main. It looked pretty solid, able to keep a lot of things alive with that Divine Reckoning.
Yeah, so much ult value there. Absolutely unreal. I think also, while we saw Samuro making the plays, I think Abathur is also an unsung hero. Bernie Burn in the right spot at the right time, whether it be protecting a fort or protecting a hero. I think Abathur also played an excellent game.
A few spammers coming in my chat again. Got to ban them. Sorry about that. DBY Grave 12 and Kalili. Bye. Please don't ever come back. Tell your friends as well. Not interested. But yeah, game one was good. Game two, hopefully going to be even better, as Volskaya Foundry has been chosen. Another map pick from Beast Coast. And I think we're just waiting on one ready check from Hodis before we get going. But I'd expect maybe we see the Samuro ban here. That was a little bit too much to deal with. The Abathur, I don't know if it's as much of an issue without the Samuro, but in combination, that's a little too much to handle.
Yeah, I think that if I'm Hodis, while these might not be the Abathur or Samuro's #1 maps, I think I would be banning both of them here. We'll see. I think
we'll see.
Yeah.
Do you consider taking out the Johanna with your first bans? Game one, it was the Falstead and Anna banned by Hodis. Yeah, I think maybe I've changed those a bit. Maybe I take out the Abathur or the Samuro, and then maybe just take out the Johanna. That'd be the two I'd pick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Joe fan, so if I'm Hodis, I'm thinking I want to make sure that I run the game the way I want it. I take Johanna, knowing that Beast Coast will play it, so they can see there's a twofer. They're denying that from them, and they're also securing the strongest tank, one of the strongest tanks and most flexible. And picking Johanna does not necessarily give away what you want to do in the draft. I think there's that Samuro ban instantly, no hesitation.
Yeah, I think they were playing in game #1. They realized what was going on there. Not wanting to deal with Mega Muffin twice in a row. A smart ban there. Onto the Samuro. Now we're looking at Beast Coast on the clock. They took out Sylvanas and Greymane in game #1 with their first two bans. Do they stick in that direction? I think Sylvanas, not a bad decision here if they decide to go back to it. Yes, they will.
Yeah, Sylvanas quite good on this map, I'd say. She can just, if it's objective point B, Sylvanas just down there on the bottom, just taking away a free fort. She really just excels at being where the other team is not. Great push there.
A few guys in chat agreeing that maybe Beast Coast wants them to ban out the Abathur and Samuro here. They have a secondary strategy ready to go, as Ana is the second ban from Hodis. What might that new strategy be if it's not going to be the Abathur Samuro? I'm sure there's something else they can play, but they haven't necessarily given us any hints yet this evening about what direction they're going to move. There's a ban onto Greymane. Same two bans as we saw in game #1 from Beast Coast, as we're on the clock with Hodis' first pick.
Yeah, they're going to really decide where the direction this game goes. Will they take the Johanna here?
It was Mephisto in game 1 in this slot, and it'll be Mephisto in game 2 as well.
Okay, really relying here on Zydran to get this sustained damage that Mephisto provides. If I'm at Beast Coast, I'm thinking maybe they go for the Deathwing pick. They've played Deathwing on this map before. Maybe they save that to the end. Banning Greymane allows Deathwing to be a little bit scarier, as it's Kel'Thuzad Raynor.
Well, we don't see a lot of KTZ, but we will right here. Raynor also going to be grabbed for the second time tonight for the Pie Maker. But they get a mage early, and they didn't show a mage in game number 1, going with that Samuro and the Rainer. Interesting change of strategy already, going for a bit more burst.
Yeah, if I'm the blue team, I'm banning Deckard or taking him this round. Johanna also a good pickup, as is Malfurion. We'll see what Beast Coast wants to do.
So the ETC is still open for tank, probably the best option still available for Beast Coast. You mentioned the Deckard Cain, and I think you're exactly right. If they can get that additional layer of lockdown along with the Kel'Thuzad, it's going to be pretty easy for Secret 333 to get going. And look at that. They actually are making a role swap here, moving Secret off of the support and onto the mage as Tracer becomes our final ban of map number 2 for Beast Coast. I think they got to ban out ETC, or like you said, I think Deckard Cain might be a really good pick for them.
Yeah, Deckard is a common pairing with Kel'Thuzad on many teams. I know specifically for Beast Coast, that's a pairing they like. You know, the Johanna denial is huge here, but as far as tank bans, Legacy's has been a Johanna player in NGS for so long. I'm not sure who he'll play.
You called it so hard. They couldn't have locked that in any faster for Bernie. He's flashing all the skins. He's so excited to play the old man.
Yeah, this is... I worry for HOTUS here.
And a Nubrak will be the tank, getting a couple more stuns with the Burrow Charge and the Impale. This is looking like a strong comp so far for Beast Coast.
It certainly is, and I think Beast Coast is picking exactly what they want. I mean, they would have taken the Johanna, but they'll settle with the 2 strong stuns coming out of an Uberak.
I think you gotta find a way to go with a beefy front line. Maybe the Blaze here to help out with that bunker. This is not the direction I go. Thrall, you know, a squishy-ish bruiser. Of course, he's got plenty of self-sustain. And then a Hanzo. They're gonna try to poke this down.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes for them here. Johanna going to be playing very backwards as she tries to keep her team alive, as Zeratul, the final pick for Beast Coast, looking to annihilate the Hanzo and Malfurion and Mephisto, all who can be extremely susceptible if no CC lands onto the Zeratul.
Well, I just opened our Game 2 poll. Who will win Game 2? Oh god, this comp for Beast Coast looks nuts. If Zeratul... I mean, it's Mega Muffin playing the hero. This is one of his favorite heroes. I've seen him play it 1,000 times now. He's very strong on Zeratul, and, you know, as long as Secret 333 can do any sort of stacking, this late game is going to belong to them easily. So it's got to be a big early game coming out from HOTUS. We'll see if they can get this Hanzo started as we load on into game number 2, Volskaya Foundry. Let's introduce this team on the left-hand side. We got Watson up front playing the Johanna. Jub making the move over to Malfurion. Zydron going to resume duties on Mephisto as Clyde plays Thrall, and Blaze, the captain, is going to be on the Hanzo. Make some noise for the heroes of the United States.
And up 1 map already in this best of 3 series. Beast Coast with Zeratul played by Mega Muffin, Rainer by the Pie Maker, Anubarak played by Legacy, Deckard Cain played by Bernie Burn, and role swapping is Secret 333, now playing the mage, Kel'Thuzad.
And I like the pick. Early confidence on a KTZ has me thinking they were really wanting the hero here on Volskaya Foundry. Of course, you got to stack up that quest right here at level 1, Master of the Cold Dark. Gonna have to hit 30 chains, 30 roots. And until that point, maybe, just maybe, HOTUS has a chance to be winning some fights. But I think after that point, you definitely have to favor Beast Coast in the matchup.
I think you're exactly right. The CC coming out of the red team, though, is going to make it very easy to stack that Cold Dark. 3 already in the first 30 seconds. If I'm HOTUS, I'm trying to end this game on the 3rd Protector. They got to win A and B and take C to the core, or else they're going to be fighting a very uphill battle here.
Game 2 poll is complete, and 100% of the vote coming out for Beast Coast. You guys are just as confident as they appear in the early portion. It's going to be pretty even on XP in the early going, but another big chain, another big root, and a follow-up from a new brag, sending Jub pretty low. Legacy barely able to walk it back to the wall. Tapping gloves and still no first blood.
Quick shout out to Hanzo, though, played by Blaze, already 15 out of 20, 75% the way through his level 1 Simple Geometry quest, stacking at HGC level right here. Hanzo maybe has the tools to get this game back, going to Hodis' favor. This series, excuse me.
Yeah, definitely one of the heroes that had to get started early. Of course, Simple Geometry needing 20 stacks, having 15 after a minute and 30 seconds. Yeah, that's about as good as you can hope to do. So exactly what they need out of their captain here in game number 2. Hodis trying, though, to get themselves positioned for control point A. They grab themselves a turret and need to start thinking about how they can take that biotic emitter off of Beast Coast. I mean, Bernie Burns holding on to it right now. If they can find a fight before control point A, definitely play into their favor.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's worthy to note here is the speed at which Beast Coast took their turret camp allowed them to get the support camp for free. Excellent. Their macro on this map is already showing to be well practiced macro.
All of those things, absolutely, as both teams are going to grab their siege camps at about the same moment. Control point A just now getting announced, but still 20 seconds away. Hanzo still trying to stack up that Simple Geometry, but a little bit slower over the past minute. Hasn't been able to find a stack since you first mentioned it.
In the bottom, Zeratul getting quite low against the poke, Echo of the Elements poke from Thrall. Able to escape out of there, though, and we'll be back full health and mana as objective point A begins, and red team opting to get the early channel as Decker dropping potions and dancing for us secures the percentage climb.
Yeah, I like the dancing. Smart move from Bernie Burns. Still, you know, doing the old man dance moves. Pretty nimble. Surprised the Decker can move like that.
Yeah.
Few potions on the point, as you said. A Simple Geometry is now complete. That's exactly what Blaze needed. Ready to go here for control point A. Also holding on to that turret. There's going to be a root from Decker Kane. Follow-up from Kel'Thuzad. Malfurion in a lot of trouble. Jub down to about 100 health. Will fall with the help of Pie Maker's penetrating round. First blood of the game belongs to Beast Coast.
That'll give them the 7 talent tier advantage, and with this early channel, Johanna's here trying to stall, but percentage climbs, and Beast Coast will be able to deflect the team here. She steps back in with a punish condemn combo and a shield glare, but not really finding much value as overtime will end, and objective number 1 goes into the hands of Beast Coast.
That's the unfortunate thing that happens when you lose your support early in a fight. You just can't find the re-engagement afterward, and already having their Deckard on the point early, Beast Coast able to get the full channel in almost record time. Now Secret 333 may be in a bit of trouble, but Johanna, the only hero nearby for Hodis. KTZ will be just fine as we follow the Triglav Protector up to this top lane, trying to get the damage where they need it.
Yeah, down at the bottom lane, Zeratul again debuffed by Clyde on the Thrall, so he'll have to again Hearth. So we're seeing a slight advantage there to Thrall on the bottom lane. This Protector will get the front wall here of the top lane, but not quite that, what's it called, healing well. So blue team, if that doesn't fall, will have that boon during objective phase B.
Johanna playing aggressive at mid. Here comes a Protector as it expires in the mid lane. Still just the 1 kill in the game and a half-level lead for Beast Coast. Both sides have their siege camps up right now, their fortification camps rather. Quickly going to make the move on over. Bottom lane Thrall starting to be pressured back. Here's Kel'Thuzad looking for anything. Spikes can come down to pull back the root as well. And Clyde just took 50% of his health from what basically was free for Secret.
Yeah, well, and Secret, meanwhile, through all of that, gets 2 more stacks. Now 24 out of 30. Almost there on his Master of the Cold Dark.
Hanzo still trying to poke on in. Now going to reveal where their rotations are going up to that top lane. Also keeping eyes on the support camp, which they gave up during the first rotation. Maybe this time going to pay a bit more attention to it, but it's level 10 for Beast Coast right now. They're going to make the move on into the support camp. They know this advantage is just going to be short-lived. They're going to try to grab it as quickly as possible, but here's level 10 for Otis. Can they make it in? No, not quite in time. A Nubrak able to grab that biotic emitter.
You know, and if you look at these teams, I'm seeing that Deckard Cain doing an excellent job of having his team healthy in between these little skirmishes. And Hodis relying heavily on essentially what is a double mage out of Hanzo Mephisto, while Raynor's able to get lots of that sustained damage between fights.
Yeah, so it's definitely a game of cat and mouse, with certainly Beast Coast being the cat and Hodis being the mouse, trying to place some small ball here, poking from a distance, not only with the Hanzo, but also with Mephisto, trying to shade in and out. Here comes a fight at mid. Megamuffin on the front side. Did not go with the Void Prison here. It'll be Might of the Nerazine picked up at level 10 for Megamuffin. What do you think about the pick, and how do you think that might change this matchup?
I think this is showing that Megamuffin is confident in his micro. We've seen it before on the Samuro. I think this is going to allow him to continue to make plays in the backline, which he is quite wont to do.
Couple siege camps in the top lane going both directions. Still trying to poke out his Hanzo onto the Anubarak, as now Seeker 333 is going to find the Johanna in the bush. Watson able to walk away without chaining onto a friendly target. Still battling it out here in the top lane, though. Siege camp active on the map for Beast Coast.
Zeratul looking for a flank.
An access terminal will be
Johanna going to be popping her unstoppable. Malfurion pulled to her. Lucky Durance of 8 grabs the Nubarak, locks him down. Blessed Shield's going to keep the Nubarak there. Johanna fights the punish, and the condemned Dragon Arrow comes out, stopping Nubarak. The Thrall flank deletes the Nubarak, as Deckard Cain is running for his life. He will fall. So will Raynor as well. Seeker 3-3 now running for his life. A fragile hero drops that ice shard, which will cause the pathing of Johanna and Hanzo to be a little messed up, and Seeker 3-3 will escape with his life.
A
Megamuffin.
triple kill for Heroes of the United States, but Megamuffin able to pick one up on the back end. Thrall will fall 20 full seconds until he'll be back on the map. Control point B is active. And I think first to level 13 might actually be Hodis after all said and done there. What a fight they just had. Good movement from Johanna, avoiding some of that Kel'Thuzad damage and then turning it around right in their face with the help of Hanzo's Dragon's Arrow. But speaking of Hanzo, natural agility over the wall. Can Blaze make it out? There's the slow from Deckard. Scroll of Ceiling will not hit as the rest of the team shows up. Here's Mephisto finishing off a Deckard Cain. The full bait is on, and Hanzo survives it.
Yeah, excellent communication coming out of this Hodis team. You can, as I love to say, you can see the comms from them there, as their ults are so well timed. Zeratul finding the blink in though onto the Hanzo, deleting him. It'll be a
Might of the
1-for-1 trade.
Nerazine. Get an extra blink. Why not?
Might of the Nerazine really coming to clutch there, as he's able to blink across that wall after Hanzo does his natural agility. Ninja Assassin is no more.
Yeah, Ninja Assassin versus Quasi-Ninja Assassin. I mean, they're both ninjas, right? Like, look at Zeratul. If you don't call him a ninja, what is a ninja?
Yeah, I mean, Zeratul is the assassin of the ninjas. He kills the ninjas.
What a guy. So 64% was channeled by Hodis. They have to give it up momentarily, waiting for Blaze to respawn, but now back on the map. They should be ready to go. It'll be 55% channeled up already by Beast Coast, with Legacy standing on the point with this Anubarak. Might be willing to back up and take a fight they like. They don't quite have Might of the Nerazine back up, but everything else is. And in fact, we have all of our heroics online. Should be a interesting fight here over the top control point.
Yeah, and to note here, with the red team's well being up, if anything goes sour for them, they can back out, tap, and come back with regenerating health and mana. A bonus that the blue team does not currently have.
Yeah, chat calling for Blaze to maybe play a bit more carefully, like there's a Zeratul on the other team. There's the Cocoon gonna land onto Johanna. Sleep coming out from Bernie Burn, not doing too much, as now we're about to enter this overtime situation. We'll be stalled out 92 to 87 in favor of Hodis. Big Durance of Hate gonna lock in Raynor, and see you later, Pie Maker pick up by Hodis. And that should be enough for their first protector of the game. Winning 2 separate fights to ultimately get control point B. Nicely done by Hodis.
Yeah, the combo from them looking so strong and very well executed here. This is the kind of play that they've been looking for. It looked like they just needed those heroics to get this combo working, as they'll knock down this front wall, and this fort will not stand a chance against this 11-minute protector here.
Yeah, gonna be a full minute on the clock for them to execute their will around the map. Looks like they might want to give up this top lane as the Power Glove comes out onto a new Bragg. Fort's gonna stand at about 50% health as Zeratul trying to chase in this backline Johanna. Currently inside the protector is Malfurion and Mephisto, but Hanzo, the one left outside, getting glacial spiked perfectly by Kel'Thuzad. 4th kill of the game for Beast Coast, and they might be looking for more now on the Clyde. Another big spike, another big kill. Thrall will be dead for 40 seconds. And this is being done with their own protector on the map. Oh, you hate to see it for Hodis.
Yeah, I spoke far too soon saying that Fort stood no chance. Zeratul Kel'Thuzad said, no, not on our watch, as both of them executing excellent combos here to just eradicate this blue team. Johanna now looking in trouble as the 4 members are saying, we'll get value during your objective.
Yeah, the protector, he's just like walking around on their own side of the map, like getting a few shots down here in the bottom lane, but it's gonna expire, and they don't end up getting through a fort. They do get through a wall and about 50% of a fort in the top lane, but I think you gotta give the win there during the objective over to Beast Coast.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was well played by Kel'Thuzad, well played by Zeratul, just putting so much pressure on the back line and even on that Johanna, the most un-backline hero out here.
Support camp was recently picked up. I didn't show that to you. Legacy holding on to that biotic emitter right now for Beast Coast as they're making some rotations around the map. Blaze still kind of staying a bit far away from the rest of the team. And this has been the hero that, chat, you've been mentioning needs to play a bit more carefully up against this Zeratul. And I think every time Megamuffin sees Hanzo, you see him just running directly at him, trying to make sure he will not be able to do what he wants. Perfectly done by Megamuffin throughout this, playing the Zeratul so far.
Yeah. Zeratul a hero and a half. As he zones out that Hanzo here. Lane's pretty pushed in this middle lane. Pretty pushed is the structure advantage. Only one structure advantage for Beast Coast. Hoda still has a fighting chance in this game. Can come back with these great team fights we've seen. His kills are tied 5-5. They'll just need to make sure that they get their level 20s before Beast Coast.
Well, a camp is being held, and here comes Megamuffin, maybe trying to interrupt the capture on this camp, but Blaze seeing the Megamuffin walking nearby. Smart decision to go ahead and capture it there. Not going to make the defensive mid. Here comes Hyperion from Raynor. Johanna, did she use the Blessed Shield? No, not quite yet. It's just the Sundering coming out from Thrall, as the Hyperion is going to expire behind the fort. I think it will stand. And with just one heroic used on both sides, shorter one used by Hodis, maybe in their advantage right now.
I think you're exactly right. Johanna probably waiting for that to use the Blessed Shield to follow up if Zydran finds somebody with that Durance of Hate. It's been a strong combo for them so far. Red team opting to not fight over nothing and go to the top lane to clear out this siege camp.
Bottom lane
Blue team in the meanwhile.
Camp still like 40 seconds away on both sides. Actually, the left side a little bit sooner, about 20 seconds. Big engage onto the wall for Hodis. Here comes Megamuffin backside onto Mephisto, but the stun's gonna land. And the silence coming out from Malfurion. They will pick up the kill, but look at Zydron, pretty low on health, needs to be careful. In response, 4 heroes from Beast Coast showing up in defense. This is a great spot with Control Point C activating just in a few moments. Maybe to get some more kills. There's a root from Malfurion, and I think they do. They will. Kel'Thuzad is down. Is his phylactery filled? We'll see if Kel'Thuzad wants to come back to the fight. But it doesn't look like he's decided to do so thus far. 50 seconds going to remain until KTZ's back up.
Excellently well played there by Hodis. You know, the calm, collected destruction of Zeratul and the pushing of and the pressuring this fort, finding that KTZ kill with the Blessed Shield Durance combo. Excellently played by them. This is what they need. They're looking for big value here before this game gets much later.
We're going to go ahead and grab 2 siege camps, fortification camps, grabbing those turrets. There's also a biotic emitter available on the top side of the map, but there goes the Pie Maker. He's got the Exterminator pickup at level 1, means Raynor can kill this all by himself, especially with the help of a few potions nearby, and Zeratul is going to walk in and throw in a few auto attacks to seal the deal. Who picks it
Hodis
up?
with the early level 20 advantage will take this bottom fort. Wait, I've said this before too soon. We'll put some damage on this bottom fort, not able to complete the channel, as they get in the objective, and we'll use the extra shielding to continue to pressure this bottom fort. Looking to take their first structure of the game.
Yeah, a few Shadow Fissures coming out there from Kel'Thuzad. We'll get those resets after it's able to hit a hero.
Red team has destroyed the fort.
And Zeratul, look at Zeratul. Yeah, Mega Muffin finding some free forts. Mid's gonna fall. They're now gonna come back and make the defense on their bottom lane keep. They're all very far away. This is gonna be an advantageous fight for Beast Coast with level 20s now online. Let's see this upgraded Might of the Nerazim finding Malfurion backside. Jub Jub trying to walk through his roots with the silence, but a Nubrak in chase. I don't think Jub Jub makes it out. He won't.
He will fall. Is now Watson in some trouble. As Mega Muffin though will fall to the Protector. A 1-for-1 trade here. Protector still at about half health, 42% or 50%.
Yeah, but who would you rather lose? Your Zeratul or your Malfurion? Yeah, I think I want my support. It's gonna be tough here now for Heroes of the United States to do anything, especially once his Protector's down. They will get that tower on the outside wall at the mid lane. They won't quite be able to finish off the fort. It stands with about 10% health. What are your opinions so far? We've seen 2 straight objective phases from Hodis, but only 1 fort down. Is this defense just too strong from Beast Coast?
I think it's a really strong defense. I think it's also a well macroed map. I mean, Thrall could not be there to make the fight an advantageous one because he was clearing a siege camp that was pushing out of the keep wall here. I think it's good play from Hodis, but the macro has been well timed from Beast Coast, causing Hodis to not be in the most advantageous spots when they need to be.
Yeah, so if it's me, maybe I'm thinking about putting my squishier targets inside the Protector. Yeah, because Malfurion, like, what kind of chance did he have to survive that Zeratul? I mean, maybe an instant Twilight Dream, but if Mega Muffin's playing it right, he's ready to blink out when he sees that channel starting. I don't know if there's really a good way to deal with it.
Yeah, I think if Hanzo was in there, if Hanzo was out, excuse me, he would have had the same problem. There are not many walls there to jump over. And Mephisto can shade away, but he has to come right back to where he is. I think it's just a tough position with the amount of CC and burst potential that Beast Coast drafted. I mean, they are looking to find kills on anyone who's anywhere at any time. So Hodis is in a tough spot. They definitely can make it happen. They actually have a lead in kills and a slight lead in experience. They'll need to make something happen, though, as the passive experience will eventually overcome with the red team having a slight structure advantage here.
Here comes Mega Muffin finding Zydron. Now going to blink on back in. The Twilight Dream comes out, and that's the problem you're going to have as Malfurion up against Zeratul. Able to blink away, and really no use from that T-Dream. 90-second cooldown. Definitely going to play in favor of Beast Coast here. We'll see if they want to take another engagement.
Yeah, meanwhile, Zeratul is able to do those double whirly blades, whatever they're called, and just chunk Malfurion.
Yeah, the cleaves are so strong. It's going to be enough to help them pick up their, I think, 3rd or 4th support camp of the game. With Deckard Cain throwing out all these Kool-Aid punches. Oh, Jub Jub. Oh, Jub Jub. Watch out. Dragon's Arrow pretty good. Mega Muffin's so low. Clyde on the backside trying to finish it off, but he's not going to be able to. Hyperion's down from Raynor, and the big swing around after Johanna and Mephisto fall. He's going to be a 3rd as Clyde falls. This is going to be keeps right now.
I think you're definitely right here. You know, Mega Muffin not finding the kill there on Malfurion, but zoning him enough that he wasn't able to get the well-timed heals as his team falls. Wow, excellent play here. Well coordinated from Beast Coast, pushing out of his top peak wall.
The only thing helping Hodis is that Hyperion's already been used by Raynor. They don't have a lot of minions at mid, so they're just going to decide to rotate down to the bottom lane with the help of a Nubrag's Beetles. They should be able to get this fort, but they won't end up getting any keeps with a 3-hero advantage. I feel like maybe they're playing this wrong. I think you definitely go keeps in this situation, set up a win condition. What does this really do for them? In my opinion, not too much.
You know, it doesn't maybe do too much for getting them objectives. I was impressed at the cojones of this team with the wall 100% healthy, going in and backdooring that fort. Looked pretty cool.
Uh-oh, Hanzo. Here comes Zeratul. Big cleave. Blaze about to get 100 0. Oh, God. Oh, I'm so glad we at least got to see that. Highlight MVP play from Mega Muffin. Taking down the Hanzo. A 60-second death timer during the objective phase. That might have sealed it right there.
It definitely is absurd how fast Hanzo dies. Zeratul not even top damage in the game. Looking like he's in 3rd place, but just getting the kills too fast to really rack up that damage.
And I want to say thank you in chat to my good friend Gravesville, bringing over some viewers to enjoy some Nexus Gaming series. Here we are in game number 2 between Heroes United States and Beast Coast. It is 22 minutes in, and this is objective number 4, but only the second one of the game picked up by Beast Coast. Can they close it out here? With all the outer forts down, Hanzo dead for another 10 seconds. They're in the Protector, trying to look for their first keep of the game.
Walls now exposed. They don't have a wave here yet. Zeratul finding so much damage, getting silenced, stunned instantly. Wow, just locked down and deleted by Malfurion. Excellent work there. Johanna looking to pull this Rainer back. Thrall looking probably to see if he get position for Sundering, which he doesn't have, so never mind. Durance of Hate not quite connecting.
Yeah, the Durance that time not enough. Man, but what an engage finding the kill onto Zeratul. He blinked in and maybe Jub a little salty about the last time. Pulls out the Twilight Dream to perfection, sending Zeratul to the death timer. 40 seconds left for him. Maybe that's enough to save their game, but they do lose a keep. And they still haven't been able to find too much structural damage themselves. They need to win a big fight. Just finding a Zeratul, it's not enough.
Yeah, I think also they need to knock this fort down mid, make sure that they have at least some catapult pressure going back. Oh. Or else this mid lane is going to become a scary one as this game goes on, as catapults now begin to push every wave.
Zeratul spawning in 5 seconds. This Protector is still alive for another 25 seconds. So maybe we'll be able to get one more fight with Zeratul here. They still haven't put a gunner in the seat yet. But do they need a...
You know, I don't know. They've got a ton of hero damage outside. Nubarak just maybe counting this big old Protector as a nice shield and a possible another CC to add to his 4,
now,
including his rewind.
Oh, Thrall just touched the Zeratul. Here comes Mega Muffin now looking for Blaze. Won't connect with that Seeker in the dark. Hanzo survives for now, but holy smokes, is this game getting tight, Stoic? It's really anyone's from here, but still going to have to be a big fight from Hodis if they want a chance at winning. They don't have any keeps down. Mega Muffin looking for Malfurion. There's the silence. Zeratul will fall in response. It's a 1-for-1, but he takes out the support. How do you fight from here without Malfurion? I don't think you can. Spike it's down, tough. Chains down, Clyde down. Yes, he will. Thrall has fallen. Biotic Emitter to support back up the team. They were just able to grab this. Now the engage onto Johanna with the sleep. Can she make it out? Looks like she will. But a double kill for Beast Coast might be enough room for them to start working on their second keep of the game. I don't think they can close it out from here, but they still have a Hyperion from Rainer, which should be enough to get through whichever keep they decide to go to. Might be calling out the top lane. There's a siege camp available that they can steal. Looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Big minion wave catapult here as well. Stoic, can they find another keep right now?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to opt for the split. They're going to send that top as they go bottom, take this turret, and maybe push onto this bottom wall. I think, though, as you mentioned before, they need to be looking for keeps here. The longer this game goes on, gives more and more chances for Hodis to find those team fights that they were finding in this mid game. I'm surprised that they didn't push their advantage a little bit more.
25 minutes plus, almost 26 have passed here on Volskaya Foundry. Certainly one of the longer matches we've seen thus far in NGS Season 9. And with only the one keep down, like, we're not really necessarily that close from seeing it end. I think we will end up seeing our 5th objective of the game, which is very rare on Volskaya Foundry. Usually 4 is about it. 5 is something different.
This game is either team. The next team wipe is the game end. So either team could win. We're seeing both teams being pretty cautious here. Not really wanting to commit too far. Mega Muffin, though, is playing with fire a little bit. Ooh. Nice dodge. Johanna not finding the connection, or denying the chain there. Secret will have to wait for the next time that he looks to use that ability.
Up an access terminal.
So chat asking to see some stats. I got the siege and hero damage up right now. I'm also going to show you the XP total where you see Zeratul doing some good work along with Raynor, picking up 22k each for Beast Coast. On the other side, it's just the Thrall trying to do all this XP soaking. A little bit coming out from Johanna and Hanzo as well, but look at how effective the Zeratul has been. Just like game 1, Mega Muffin able to play that Samuro and now playing the Zeratul. Essentially doing the same thing, harassing backline heroes to the maximum extent, and waiting in a bush. Now gonna find Clyde. It's Thrall. Can he survive through this? So far, no. Dragon's Arrow comes out, splits the deck, and won't find any stun. Now we're ready for Control Point B version 2. Who can walk away with this Protector might end up actually walking away with the map.
Yeah, I think if this goes to a 6th Protector, I will be quite shocked. Mega Muffin here in a flanking position, looking to catch a retreating hero or a hero who is unaware. Durance of Hate will not go out. That was the Skull Missile.
Twilight Dream missed again. Oh no, that's probably it for them. If they don't lock in that Zeratul, Mega Muffin's still able to stand. There's a big pull connecting onto Thrall. Fissure's gonna hit as well, but the Sunder in response gonna keep Clyde alive for now. Hanzo finally goes down. Look at Mega Muffin chasing in this backside, picks off the Malfurion as well. Can he make it 3? Yes, Johanna falls, and Mega Muffin surviving with 52 health. Zydron gonna make it 4 kills for Beast Coast. They don't want the Protector. They want this game 2 win, and they're gonna approach the core. Only Thrall in the way. Can Deckard Cain lock him in? Might not need to. Mega Muffin and Chase. There he goes. It's a full mega kill for Beast Coast. Just like in game number 1. Able to close it out with the big kills at the end. Stoic, what a set. What a game number 2 we just saw.
Yeah, wow. I am so impressed with Beast Coast play here. I mean, whether it be the Samuro Abathur combo or the Kel'Thuzad setting up for those, those excellent CC. Those are 2 mean drafts, and they executed both very well, taking this domination against heroes of the United States.
Let's take a look at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Blaze doing what he could, playing the Hanzo, but so much harassment from Mega Muffin. He was my game 1 MVP, and I think I got to give it to him again in game number 2 because he's the one who did the disruption, shut down the backline, had Malfurion worrying for his life at all times. Who else could you give the nod to, Stoic?
I think it's got to be Zeratul. Nod goes to Secret, setting up incredible CC combos. Oftentimes, most people want to say Kel'Thuzad is a follow-up, but this Kel'Thuzad was hitting every combo on his own. Excellent work there. I think Anubarak had some excellent cocoons as well. Quite a few kills that Zeratul and Kel'Thuzad were able to pick up were because Johanna was not able to peel for her team, as she was wrapped up in some sticky, icky web.
Sticky, icky web. I got the talents up on the screen right now in case anyone at home cares to take a look. I'm going to see if we can reach out to Mega Muffin for some sort of interview. Would love to hear from our Samuro Zeratul player tonight. So Stoic, give me just a moment here, and maybe we'll head on into one of our NGS lobbies.
Sure.
Boop. 1 second, chat. Mega Muffin. I'll actually go ahead and switch us on over to here. Welcome. Do-do-do. Oh, he's messaging me in-game. NGS Lobby 1. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, Mega Muffin. I lost Stoic. I don't know where Stoic went. Is he going to join us? Maybe? Stoic, if you're out there. But Mega Muffin, what a set. And really, I think it all hinged on your play tonight. You played the Samuro in game 1, of course, hatted by Abathur. But then that Zeratul in game 2, maybe even a bit spookier. How is the team feeling? I mean, this was a strong HOTUS on the other side, but you guys look just that much better tonight.
If I had to describe my team, I think they're all very stressed. I think, extremely stressed out. Well, in during those games, I was making like the most Monka S plays every single time, and they were like, "Oh my god!" I swear, I gave my healer some white hairs. My
Yeah,
tank was,
white
like,
hairs. It was
lost.
white main in game number 1. Secret 333 was playing support there, and a few times Divine Reckoning able to save the day. But you were playing so aggressive with the Samuro, chasing heroes underneath forts, just harassing the backlines in both games 1 and 2. Seems like you're comfortable, obviously. I've seen you play these heroes before, but just tell me how much that means to your team when you're able to get on these heroes that they know that you can perform on.
It's like my team isn't even like. I don't think they're surprised at this point that I do the things I do. I think they just expect me to kill people and die killing them. uh, they they're cool. They're cool with it. They know how to support me, and I trust them to not die horribly when I'm not around.
Yeah, maybe a couple times, a little overzealous, but when you pick up that many kills and provide that much, I guess, disturbance, especially game 2 up against the Malfurion, you're just, every single time you engage on him, he's just waiting to pop a Twilight Dream, and there were 2 times you're able to bait it out, right? So, like, blink in, blink out, oh, they used a heroic, now let's win. Talk about those moments and how the comms end up going for your team.
So, like, I think every single time I go in, my team expects me to die. Like, maybe I take someone out, and maybe I don't. So they're just like, oh, he's alive. We win a team fight! Yay!
Basically, it's like, did he make it out? Okay, now let's fight. Stoic, you had a good time in game number 1 watching that. We talked a bit about how the Abathur might have been a pick going into it, but they didn't end up banning it out. You want to talk a bit about those drafts, Stoic, and kind of our thoughts and about how it ended up heavily favoring Beast Coast in game 1?
Yeah, so going to that game 1 draft was the Abathur. I'm assuming the Abathur Samuro combo was your plan the whole time. What were you thinking when you saw their first 2 bans?
I honestly was very surprised that they didn't ban either one of them. I guess they probably just didn't put in the time to scout because we've definitely absolutely love these. Like, if anyone watched our game against Region Phoenix, that should be like automatic Summer permaban forever and ever.
Yeah,
Forever and ever.
That was definitely what. As soon as I saw, I said, "Oh no, this is what they're gonna run. They're running the Abby Samuro like they had with Regen Phoenix, and then you got the Johanna as well on top of that."
Yeah. We more or less got every single hero we wanted. Like, we had all 5 of them hovered, and we just locked them in. We didn't have to change it at all. It was a pretty smooth drafting process, I'd say.
Yeah, I feel like we were calling them too. Game number 2, it appears as though my boy Stoic did a little bit of his own homework. He was calling that Deckard Cain pick, and Bernie Burn, I don't think he could have picked it any faster once his turn was up. He's like, click, 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 click. And then he cycled through all of his skins. He's like, yeah, I got all the Deckard skins. Which one do you want?
That's exactly the same way he is when he sees an Abathur get through the draft. That he's locks in so fast. We don't even have time to think about whether we actually want it or not. But we always want it. We definitely always want it.
Well, Mega Muffin, let's look a bit at the standings right now because Division A East, it's a tight race right now. But this domination tonight, I think it puts you guys all the way up into first place. You're in a tie now with Sky 5 after 4 matches played. What do you think about the competition here this season, and who do you think is actually your biggest challenge moving forward for that number 1 spot in Division A East?
The rest of the teams we have to play, I'd say we haven't played against the most difficult teams of the division yet. Like, I think Parsley, Snag, Rosemary, Endline, and Insomnia, and Sky 5, they're all very good teams. I really am excited to play into them.
What are your thoughts about Regen Phoenix able to take a win off of Insomnia?
I was shocked, I'd say.
Surprised? You sound surprised.
It was because Insomnia, they've been doing, from what I've heard, they were previously a heroic team, and Region Phoenix is coming up from Div B, so being able to take a domination off of a heroic team previously, that's insane, I'd say. Hella kudos to the Region Phoenix.
Absolutely. Stoic, any final questions here for Mega Muffin?
Yeah, game one, the Smurl Abathur was just oppressive to the point of almost bullying. I mean, excellent play there, well coordinated, well executed. Game two, around the time that Heroics came online, Hodas started hitting some really mean combos with the Endurance of Hate into the Blessed Shield, into the Sundering. What was it like adapting to that really strong, almost unexpected combo?
Right. The first time we were definitely caught more or less completely unaware. Like they weren't really doing much to us, but then all of a sudden, like they have these huge stuns, huge roots all over the place. Like I watched my team die, I watched myself die. I'm like, what happened to us? So going forward, we're just like, you know what? We'll just continue macroing. We'll get all the camps. We got like every single hero camp that game. Like we got all the turrets. I think at one point we had like 4 turrets or something like that. So we were just like hiding from them for a little bit while I was, annoying them and dying. But eventually, like we managed to pull through because we didn't give them the fights they want. Instead, we kept them on the back foot because I guess I was just really annoying.
That you were. They couldn't face check a lane because Zeratul could be standing there invisible. Excellent work.
Absolutely. Mega Muffin, the team looked very strong tonight. Congrats on the 3 points. Congrats on taking that tie in first place along with Sky 5. Beast Coast looking as strong as ever. But before we let you go from this interview, you have to give some shout outs. I know there's some people at home listening in.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, first shout out to the enemy team. They put up a good fight. Like, even though we won like 2-0, the games were definitely not close. Like that full Sky game, that was a long game. That was like
28 minutes, 28 seconds.
That was up to the 5th protector. Oh, that's rare. And shoutouts to my Beast Coast sister team, Arrogant Nephilim. I know some of them are watching, and we always enjoy hanging out with them when we can. Shoutouts to you guys for casting us, because, well, where would we be without casters? You guys are awesome. You're the
Well,
best,
you'd
right?
be in Heroes Lounge. That's where you'd be.
Oh, dang. Shots fired.
I wasn't Heroes Lounge. But yeah. And yeah, I'd say that's a shout out to my team for supporting my dreams. They know what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Mega Muffin, huge win tonight. You are our MVP. Congrats on that, and congrats on the domination 3 points. Definitely looking forward to more Beast Coast soon.
Mm-hmm. Right, well, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
All right,
Good
see
luck,
you, Mega
bye-bye.
Muffin. All right, let's try to get Stoic back on the line. Bring his face in for just a little bit more fun here. And here he comes. There he is. Stoic, welcome back.
Thank you.
Wow. Only 2 games tonight, but they kind of went for a while, especially that game 2.
Yeah, there was a time in that middle game I thought, oh, we're going to game 3. It's going to be a haul. But Beast Coast able to pull it off there at the in the 29th hour almost.
Yeah, surprisingly so. Like I think beginning of game 2, we were saying, hey, if Hodis can win early, they can do things like they did with the Hanzo, stacking up simple geometry before control point A. Like they were off to a really good start. Didn't necessarily find the kills they needed to kind of add into that momentum. I think they actually lost the first objective as well. But they seemed like they were getting going early, and where we thought the end game was really going to favor Beast Coast, it didn't necessarily end up doing that. It was a slow, methodical win for BC that led them to that game 2 victory.
Yeah, I think that, and good play from Beast Coast, but it was really the Zeratul, 100-0 combo and the Kel'Thuzad 100-0 combo that allowed Beast Coast to really make it look like they were, running over the game. And it wasn't like that. It was just the strength of 2 really strong heroes that were played very well.
Yeah, good point. Kel'Thuzad 100-0 heroes as well. And a lot of those chains with the Glacial Spike definitely led into those. So a lot of credit, Secret333. A lot of credit, as mentioned already, on Mega Muffin. 2 highlight players tonight, playing the white main in game 1 as well for Secret. I mean, comfortable, moving roles, playing different types of heroes. That takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication from these players.
Definitely. And the team looked, in both of these teams, though, shout out to Hodis, they looked very coordinated. The way that they were setting up their fights and timing their ults and, calling in for Thrall, obviously, to come flanking in game 2. both these teams obviously have put in a lot of work to be at the skill level they are today.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to more HOTUS. Definitely looking forward to more Beast Coast. Won't be more games tonight, though. It's a 2-0 win for the red side this evening. That's going to be it for us. Stoic, before we go, you want to let these guys know where they can find you?
You can find me on Twitter at HLS Stoic or on Twitch at the same HLS Stoic. If you're lucky, I'll post something.
And of course, if you want to find me, I'm over here on Twitch, twitch.tv/MurdaRG. Same tag over on Twitter. And please, 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 if you love me, head on over to my YouTube channel. I need like 5 more people to subscribe there. And then we can get a custom URL, which would be really cool. So if you're not already subscribed to me on YouTube, Nightbot has a link in chat for you right now. Click that link, hit subscribe, and then we all profit together, because more Heroes of the Storm means more Heroes of the Storm, right? Anyway, that's it. I'm Murda. This guy to my left, he's been Stoic. Thank you so much for joining me once again, man.
Always a pleasure.
I think that's all we got.
New
Thanks for being
follower
here.
detected.
Thanks for that follow, Legacy Hots. Before we go, right at the buzzer. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone who's been here this evening. We'll be back tomorrow night. I have a 2-channel doubleheader. We're doing the Game of the Week, Slexia and I, over on twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. And then, wait, I think that starts at 8:30. And then at 10 o'clock, I'll be back on over here on my channel. We will be having... Who's playing in that one? Well, it's a good match. I promise you that. Here, I'll pull it up really quick. Tomorrow night, it'll be Give Us 20 versus Quarantine Kappa's Heroic Division. So you definitely want to check that out. I hope you guys make it. If not, I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. I'm Murda once again. That's Stoic. I already said that. But I'll see you guys in the Nexus. Bye-bye.